My name is Brad Hall. I'm filming this the morning after the first round of the 2017 NFL Draft. I just wanted to tell you that I wasn't selected in the first round, which was really disappointing because I had such a clear idea of what was going to happen, and it just didn't work out the way I thought it would. The way I thought it would shake out, I'd be sitting here watching the draft in my nice outfit. I'd have a phone next to me, waiting for that call from the Cleveland Browns. Right before the draft starts, on TV, the announcers, they start losing their minds because no one can find Roger Goodell. At this point, I start freaking out because I need him to read off my name, and then I hear a knock at the door. I yell up to my wife asking if she ordered me something special for my big night, and she doesn't respond, so I get up out of my chair, go to the front door, look through the window, and there he is. It's Mr. Goodell, and he's got a film crew. At this point, I feel very disoriented. It's just not every day that Roger Goodell comes to your front door with a film crew. So I opened up the door, and before I could say anything, he says, "You're Brad Hall, aren't you?" And I say, "Yeah, I am." Then he asks if he can come in, and I say, "Of course you can, Mr. Goodell." And he says, "Please call me Roger." And I say, "Okay, Roger." And he says, "That's much better." So I let Roger in, and then we start chit-chatting. We talk about tackling, touchdowns, all the stuff that happens in football. And then he just cuts me off and he says, "You know why I'm here, right?" I tried playing it cool, so I didn't say anything back to him. Then we sat there in silence for a few minutes until he broke the silence by saying, "With the first pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select you." They were the best words I've ever heard in my life, and I felt so thrilled about it. I went to go shake Roger's hand, and he insisted on a big hug. Then he said, "I really like this outfit," and I was kind of taken aback and just said, "This is pretty much what I normally wear. I just put a jacket on over a normal shirt," but he insisted that I looked great, and then he looked down at my feet and said, "Are those what I think they are? The Yeezy Season 4 military boot?" Then he asked me if he could see them up close, so I tried lifting my leg up to him, and he said, "No, don't do that. Take it off." And so I took off my boot and held it up just like this for him so he could see it. I told him how much I love the suede upper and how this mesh, it's really durable. I really love the sole and how rugged it looks. He said, "I bet you love that leather lining," and I couldn't believe he knew that there was a leather lining in them, and that he knew that I loved it. I started telling Roger how I normally wear a size 10.5. In these boots, I got a 43 and they fit really well, but I could tell he wasn't listening. Roger then turned to me and said, "Do you want to grab something to eat?" And I immediately asked him, "Don't you have a draft to get back to?" I could tell he was crushed, but he obliged and turned away with his film crew. On his way out, he yelled something to me that I will never forget. "I know you already have the Season 3 Yeezy boot. Is the Season 4 boot worth it if you've got that?" And I yelled back, "I think so." And that was it. He was gone. I went back to watch the rest of the draft, and sure enough, he was back in Philadelphia, calling off all the picks. It was just the most magical night of my life.